So what do we have under the Christmas tree today?
Is it a course lesson? It is,
Yeah.
it is.
The best present. Oh, my present happiness is all I see. That's my present. That's perfect. So lesson 290. My present happiness is all I see. Unless I look upon what is not there, my present happiness is all I see. Eyes that begin to open see at last. And I would have Christ's vision come to me this very day. What I perceive without God's own correction for the sight I made is frightening and painful to behold. Yet I would not allow my mind to be deceived by the belief the dream I made is real an instant longer. This the day I seek my present happiness and look on nothing else except the thing I seek.
With this resolve, I come to you and ask your strength to hold me up today, while I but seek to do your will. You cannot fail to hear me, Father. What I ask, have you already given me, and I am sure that I will see my happiness today.
Very powerful lesson and prayer. So unless I look upon what is not there, my present happiness is all I see. So we can allow this now during the meditation. Let's not look on what is not there. During this meditation, we can clear our minds of what is not truly there. Doubts and worry, fear, future thinking, past thinking. We can just drop those things. It's much easier to be present, much safer. We allow God's own correction, not even our own correction. We allow God to correct our minds. So let's go within and be very allowing for that. Present happiness is all I see. So it's very meaningful to meditate on this lesson. To look on what is here, present, instead of looking on what is not here. What is here present is your present happiness. It's here. If you don't look on something else. So you may see if you have been focusing on something else, something other than present happiness. You know it if you're not happy. I would not allow my mind to be deceived by the belief the dream I made is real an instant longer. I would not allow my mind to be deceived by the belief the dream I made is real. There is a very powerful way of changing our mind, a powerful prayer in the course. Is to say, you need to remind yourself to allow the Holy Spirit to decide for God for you. Say, decide for God for me, Holy Spirit. Let me not invest in my dream. Decide for God for me. We need to see the investment in the dream first. Because it's there because of fear of awakening. The ego tries to persuade you that it is up to you to decide which voice is true. But the Holy Spirit teaches you that truth was created by God and your decision cannot change it. As you begin to realize the quiet power of the Holy Spirit's voice and its perfect consistency, it must dawn on your mind that you're trying to undo a decision that was irrevocably made for you. That is why I suggested that you remind yourself to allow the Holy Spirit to decide for God for you. So the dream is an attempt to undo God's voice, God's plan. That's why I'll tell you soon what chapter I'm reading from, but Jesus says many people believed that he attacked them. Sometimes we say a loving God wouldn't, be so direct, but Spirit is direct. Spirit is very clear. It's the force of truth. It cannot hide itself. All who believe in separation have a basic fear of retaliation and abandonment. They believe in attack and rejection, so that is what they perceive and teach and learn. These insane ideas are clearly the result of dissociation and projection. What you teach you are, but it is quite apparent that you can teach wrongly and can therefore teach yourself wrong. Many thought I was attacking them, even though it was apparent I was not. An insane learner learns strange lessons. What you must recognize is that when you do not share a thought system, you are weakening it. Those who believe in it, therefore, perceive this as an attack on them. If you defend a thought system and it is not approved, you will feel attacked. This is because everyone identifies himself with his thought system, and every thought system centers on what you believe you are. In the center of the thought system, if the center of the thought system is true, only truth extends from it. But if a lie is at its center, only deception proceeds from it. So we want to come to the point of the Holy Spirit's thought system, that the center of our thought system is spirit, not to defend the small self-concept identity. All good teachers realize that only fundamental change will last, but they don't begin at that level. Strengthening motivation for change is their first and foremost goal. It's also their last and final one. Increasing motivation for change in the learner is all that a teacher needs to do to guarantee change. Change in motivation is a change of mind, and this will inevitably produce fundamental change because the mind is fundamental. Change in motivation. Sometimes Jesus talks about change the direction of your thinking. And this we can do by asking, what is it for? What is it for? With everything we decide, with everything we are planning in the mind. Say, what is it for? And see if the motivation is Christ. If the motivation is your healing, is forgiveness. Then the mind is clear. So to change the motivation from the small self-concept planning for itself, into forgiveness, into being open to be led and be shown. This is the change in motivation. So I'm reading from To Have Peace, Teach Peace, to Learn It. Even the title tells us something. To have peace, teach peace, to learn it. Don't teach worry. Don't teach fear. Don't teach concern and loss and lack. That's not how you will learn peace. This is chapter 6, part 5. B. It's the lessons of the Holy Spirit. A is to have, give all to all. B is to have peace, teach peace, to learn it. C is be vigilant only for God and His kingdom. It goes well with today's lesson. My present happiness is all I see. And even to be willing to be open to that. The Holy Spirit can work with that. Even if you're not feeling happy, if there's something bothering you, you can say, I wish for present happiness. The Holy Spirit really likes that prayer. So how are you doing? Is there an openness to present happiness? Yeah. I feel it is. I feel you guys. Vanessa. Good morning.
We had a meeting here on Saturday, and then I speak up what was happening inside me, but yeah, some of them didn't like what I said there about my sharing, and now I can see the fear in my heart to the fear and undoing this personality that in one hand I feel so tired about to believe that I need to be liked, I need to be appreciated, and I was feeling so tired to keep the mask, keep the idea that I cannot communicate because if I do this, I'll be rejected. And all these small ideas in my mind that I'm in someone's house and this person is giving me a favor, and from this place inside me, I was keeping a lot of private thought inside me. Then when I decide, I pray a lot, and then when I decide to speak up, I saw this reflect in my mind, this fear, and yeah, and then you can see this thought, you should not have said that. It's not like this. It was not wisdom. It was not smart. I don't know the right word. Wise. And but
Well,
was something like there was something eating me inside. Like I could not hold this anymore. And then now this small thoughts coming again. Like, yeah, now I need to please again, otherwise they will be rejected. But I don't want to keep this, and I feel really tired about this persona, this mess. The place where we cannot just come together, and like in the retreat, I could see the retreat when I felt we are love, even when we do this, but we come back for the love and have this safest space,
Yeah, and what I just read, even Jesus, people thought he attacked them when he spoke. So it is like you're saying that the self-concept, you look out for reactions, and then you judge yourself. But you actually had prayed. You actually spoke what you needed to say. You couldn't hold back. So then to trust that and not look at reactions and consequences in form, you know. Spirit doesn't look to form. That's very profound. So it feels more like you have some doubt coming up after, you know, and that sometimes happens when you have, until you feel confident enough to just allow what Spirit wants to speak through you. So don't judge it, you know, just trust that you were a messenger of Spirit when you spoke the words you were called to speak.
Yeah.
Don't look to effects. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful. Yeah, we just need to allow that. I've had that experience many times, even as a child or very young. I had this Spirit prompting me to speak up in churches, and I did, but people didn't like it very much. Okay, Muna. Good morning, Muna.
Yeah, I really love this lesson. It really felt like a present, a Christmas present, happiness. And in my mind, every Christmas, I remember this belief that I lost my happiness somehow. Someone stole my happiness because I still believed in the world. But this morning, Holy Spirit is working with me to show me how our big thoughts about them behind the images. It's like Holy Spirit was deconstructing time and space for me. And because I used to spiritualize a lot, I understand these things very easily now. But the difference is I stay in my feelings. I stay grounded in the body sensations or the feeling. The deconstruction of how I see time and space, you know, the images and what happened to me, and then the screaming ego voices about them. But really the thing that made a huge difference for me is to see the control behind it. I was even seeing, like, even as I was working with Holy Spirit, the ego mind's thinking about the meeting and what am I going to say in the meeting. But I saw that's the control. It's like they need to control the character, what the character say and how the character appears. And so taking a step back from that control was a massive release in seeing the complete deconstruction of really time and space in my mind. And it's because I allowed the control so far, everything was pinned around, I'm this character and this is happening to me. And then I get in the terror and the dis-ease. But yesterday I had a change in motivation. And even though it was in form, it still worked. It changed the direction of everything. Instead of working against myself, the motivation was to work for myself. So I was just signing up to anything.
Yeah, your connection is poor still, Muna.
So sign up. It's like, sorry?
You keep cutting out. We hear you cut out now and then. So maybe
I'll do this. So yeah, I had a change in motivation yesterday, and even though it looked in form, it was a change of direction. I was from self-attack to being for myself. And so now I can more easily, connect with the light of the soul, with Holy Spirit, with the present moment. And I can see I really have to give up. I have to have a massive break from thinking, from linear thinking, from ego thinking, from these heavy duty thoughts that appear as supreme darkness that keep visiting me. And so, yeah, the happiness and the joy is so believable today. I'm having that clarity back.
Beautiful. We rejoice at that insight. That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, because our joining has been very precious to allow that supreme darkness and its heaviness to come out. That was the main obstacle to stepping back to the light and seeing the lightness of it. It's just being present. There's nothing else to it other than being present. It's very subtle, and you really have to commit to the presence and give up everything else. So it's a moment by moment commitment. So today clarity is back. Hooray. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mona. Great. Beautiful. And Spirit doesn't have us judge ourselves. So we always work for ourselves, ourself, our true self. And we align with Spirit. And we have Nada here. How are you doing, Nada? Grace. You connected with some Course in Miracles companions in Dubai?
Hi. No, she sent me back a message. She said the organizer is not in Dubai, but she said it looks like they are two organizers, and she said the other one is coming back next weekend on the 23rd. And she said, are you gonna still be there? So I didn't respond yet because I don't know yet what is the plan or when I'm leaving or.
How are things going?
Yeah, I feel, I mean, after our call last time, I couldn't make it to do anything on Friday. So I'm supposed to go out today on Monday. But just all of these things are coming up in my face, and I feel this session was for me also to hear that it feels just this journey is a journey of a lifetime to the past, to see all, to see it all in my face.
Yeah, you are on that mission to clear the past, to forgive the past. So I feel the Holy Spirit is so in full support. So as you take your steps, each step you take towards it will be very healing and supportive. So even to go out today, do the things you need to do will be supported, even if it's emotional, even if it feels maybe even a little difficult, painful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not alone.
That's it. I need to it's just the primary pain coming up. And I feel now I'm called more than ever to hold on, and this is the time to truly choose again. And like I resonate with the sharing of Vanessa and Mona. It was very helpful also to hear
Yeah.
I'm happy I made it here. I wasn't even sure that the connection will help me. I just resolved the internet in my room just 2 days ago. I wasn't even sure if I need VPN or not. So I'm happy I made it.
Yeah, it's working really well.
Yeah, it was a surprise for me that it's gonna work.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it feels like I'm sitting in the nowhere now about what's next, or like just I feel that I will have some clarity today. I mean, after doing some more steps about when to leave or how, or maybe also I will need to connect with you about the next step. But it feels like I need to clarify some things today.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to finish your mission before
Yeah.
you think about leaving, I think.
Yeah, and it feels a little bit hard when everyone around me, they are so distracted to even, like when Vanessa was speaking about like the guilt around speaking up, just asking for what I need or something, or like someone promised me to do something to facilitate a journey for me and they don't even follow through. And when I remind them, it feels like an attack. And then I start to judge myself. Maybe I wasn't wise the way I said it. Maybe I should have said it more wisely, more timely. And it's just like remembering all these restrictions about the way I speak, the way I behave. I have to, how I like, and yeah.
Maybe it's more to say how important it is for you right now to have this handled, you know. So if something is promised, just say, well, yeah, this is super, super important for me. So could, you know, express your gratitude for the offering and ask if it could be handled soon. This will help you on the journey.
I feel also I'm going through a lot of there is a call to for so much for massive forgiveness for all this culture, for everything that I am getting in touch with.
Yeah.
Just to see that it's all in my mind, because there is still some feeling that this is evil, this is bad. Like the judgment feels sometimes very automatic, feels very dark, veiled.
Yeah, you can watch yesterday's morning session. It's up on YouTube. We talked about being above the battleground. It can be helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So welcome.
Thank you. From control to grace.
Yes. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Out of grace. So, thank you very much, everyone. My present happiness is all I see. I like that because I look on all of you. Feel very happy. See you.